until I got the strength to start blogging on wheelsofgrace.com, and then also getting the courage to speak and share my heart, and with his blessing and his encouragement, because the truth is I'm actually a really shy girl, believe it or not. And the process of writing, he taught me, my husband and my Heavenly Father, that it is my story and that I don't need to be ashamed or afraid to share it. And in joking with him and back and forth, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, because even though he carries the visual scars of trauma because of his wheelchair and people are intrigued and you don't forget him, I'm the one who raised him to be who he is today, and we laugh about that, but that's the truth. And so, in raising him, it was a tough ride. He took a lot of work. And so now I love you, honey. But we do joke a lot, because when I do come in contact with people, it's usually, hi, you're Sergio's wife, and nobody really knows my name. So we joke that I'm just going to put a name tag on that says Sergio's wife, and that's it. And so I'm going to invite all of you to get on this roller coaster ride with me. We're going to buckle up. At times it's going to be maybe thrilling and fun, but a lot of times there's going to be some pain. I'm going to take you on the high parts of my life and the very, very low parts of my life. Just keep in mind that while we're on this roller coaster ride, there's something great holding us, keeping us in, and we have to trust that with all the twists and turns, that He is going to protect us. So now we're going to buckle in, so let's get ready, because this ride's going to get really, really fast. Sergio and I met and we fell in love when I was 15 and he was 16. And this is a very fast ride. He was in a situation that had him making poor choices in his life. And I was that girl that a lot of us sometimes are, waiting and hoping and praying that in time he would make some better choices in his life. At one time, he was actually in the judicial system, and for 18 months, I waited on the phone for him to call, only so we can have those tender moments of encouragement. He fell into drugs and alcohol, and a lot of these things came before me, but I still hung on, even when people would question me and say, Norah, why are you still here, and why are you still hoping and praying? In 1992, I was in love. I was young, but I knew what love was, and I was in love. I had a personal, tender embrace with Sergio where I laid my head into his chest, and he gave me the promise that evening he would call me. That evening we would spend time together, because at this point he began to believe in himself. And we were finally feeling God's grace in our lives. And I did receive a call, but it wasn't from Sergio. I received a call from a friend that had said that Sergio had been shot. Sergio was shot 7 times. He was left for dead, and his spinal cord was completely severed. He was not only left to never walk again, he was left to never run again, to never dance again, to never jump again. And so now I'm on this roller coaster ride called life, and I'm hanging upside down, unable to breathe, unable to move. I'm praying that at some point this roller coaster would gain some kind of momentum, but I was stuck there. If my ride was just getting a little bit smoother, and I was learning to try to trust. And then 2 years later, Sergio was a victim of a drive-by shooting. And so I don't know if you understand this. He was already paralyzed. So already being paralyzed, and here I am, 18 years old, and you get this phone call, and everybody around you is certainly about myself. And at this time, when the restraints that held me in this roller coaster, for the first time really in this relationship, I wanted out. I wanted off. I wanted to be done. I did not know if I can continue. After all, he's a walking and a rolling target. That's a joke. And I could be safe in this relationship. But even then, so in this ride, getting very scary, this ride is getting wild, and I'm holding on, I'm white-knuckling it. I did what most level-headed young women would do. I ran. I ran so fast in a wedding dress. I married him. I was 19. So on this roller coaster ride, you're riding, and when you envision the times that you've been on one, and you close your eyes very, very, very tightly because you don't really want to see, and you try to just open maybe one eye and think that you can be brave enough, only to just close it again. And so the wind is in my face, and I'm trying to build my faith, and I'm trying to learn what it is to have this personal relationship with God. Because I only was shown religion, but not relationship. I began to search. And through this search, and my very, very little faith in my new marriage, came the roller coaster rides of unemployment. Him, Hot Wheels. I had a job, but he struggled. And then came the roller coaster ride of financial troubles. All these different rides that I'm still holding on because I'm having this feeling, and I'm not even sure what it is, but it's holding me in, and so I continue to ride this ride. Sometimes I'm hanging upside down again, but I still have faith, and over the years, the jobs start to come in. The faith starts to grow. We grow in a new community, in a small town where we're feeling safe, and we're feeling loved, and we're feeling that we no longer are being judged for our past. And so here we are on this cruising ride, and it's gentle, and it's feeling good and comfortable, and I'm slowly feeling that I can trust. Then I start to ride, and we start to ride. The roller coaster of infertility. I wanted another child. I wanted to experience that with my husband, with my daughter, with my family. I wanted to carry a baby. And when we went to the doctor, we quickly learned that because of cervical paralysis, it was going to take a bit of work. And I'm pretty tough at this point. And I'm like, okay, we can do this. Let's do this. Let's get started. I'm going to go full-fledged ahead, and we're going to have a baby. So with my first attempt to get pregnant, I do. And we're very excited. The ultrasound confirms that there are 2 babies. I'm like, whoop, whoop, go me, 2 babies. I can do this all at one time. We can be done. We're good, because we had this all planned out, that this is what we would do. Double blessing. 4 months later, I'm on this roller coaster hanging upside down again because I miscarried. And I'm so angry. I'm hurt, and I'm broken. And I'm not understanding why I had to go through this whole process, and why I would conceive, and why not only 1, but 2. And so I'm not understanding. And I'm angry at God. And at this times in my life, I've overcome pain, adversity, and shame, and guilt. And in my quest to seek them out and to learn about them, I started to learn more. And I was blessed with the ability and blessed with the opportunity to be in contact with so many godly women in my life. And that's what started my desire to be that example to others, was when I was the most broken, but yet I was still seeking That is where my biggest restoration came. As I'm healing, a friend gives me a call, and she says she has something just weighing on her heart that she wants to talk to me about. And when you get a message like that, I'm thinking, oh, something's not good. Something's not going right here. And what she was calling me about was adoption. I hadn't really thought a whole lot about it. I was still kind of growing and repairing. And so I just went full-fledged ahead, just like I've done a lot of things in my life. It was just, I had the desire, it was in my heart, and I went for it. And so I got these little boys. And on this roller coaster of adoption, God held my hand through paperwork and through court dates and through visits and through all these things you have to go through. And God answered the prayer. And so when we entered in December, right before Christmas, into the courthouse, we all left carrying the same last name. So in my life, I have been in many, many dark places. I have felt shame and broken, and society wanted to keep me there. Wanted to keep me in those places where I couldn't grow. But in my life, and what God wanted for me, He certainly showed me that this is the way my life was to go, and I am to be here right where I am today, sharing with each and every one of you. Because society wants to judge us, and we only have one person that will judge us, and that's our Heavenly Father, and He will be our judge. He is and always will be. And so I stand on that promise that He's going to be the one to judge me and nobody else.